Okay, let's get to the NFC South, widely considered to be the weakest division in the NFL. Also my division, so I'm going to try not to be a homer with this one. With the fourth spot in the NFC South, I don't think this is a really contested pick. I think they're probably going to be the worst team in the NFL. I've got the New Orleans Saints. My biggest problem with them is the quarterback position. I don't believe in Spencer Rattler. I was a little confused by the Tyler Shuck, however you pronounce it. I was confused by that draft pick. I like Kellen Moore at head coach. I think he's built some good offenses in the league, and I think he'll end up being pretty solid for them. I still like Mickey Loomis at GM. There's just so many holes in that team, and the quarterback play I think is really going to suffer. They did draft Kelvin Banks with a first-round pick, the offensive tackle. I like that pickup. I love Chris Olave. I think Alvin Kamara is still a top 15 running back in this league. It really is just the quarterback play. I'm looking like 2 wins for the Saints this year. If you're a Saints fan, maybe find something else to do this year. Number 3, and this is one that I went back and forth with, 2 and 3, and obviously given the fact that I'm a Carolina Panthers fan, I thought about this pick here, but I'm going to go with the Atlanta Falcons. I like Michael Penix. I love Drake London, Bijan. Everybody knows Bijan. I just think they're a year out from really contending in that 1-2 spot, even in a weak division. Offensive playmakers are all there. I love Jalen Walker, the pickup out of Georgia. Just a little concerned with the entire picture that they have. We will see, but I think Michael Penix is going to take at least one more year because he really didn't play much last year. He didn't see a lot of on-field action. When he did, he looked okay, but I'm just not seeing it come together yet. So number 3, I've got the Atlanta Falcons. Now, my homer pick, Carolina Panthers. I'm going to go number 2. I think Dave Canales, another year under his belt, is going to do a lot more, especially with situational management during games. I think he did okay with that in year 1, but I think we'll continue to see that progress. Bryce Young is really the key to this entire season. The Carolina Panthers, if Bryce Young plays well, could contend for the number 1 spot in the NFC South. If he reverts back to Pumpkin Bryce, we could be seeing them down there with the Saints. It could really be that bad. Especially when you got a quarterback going into year 3. This is the time where at the end of this year, probably going to be looking at an extension. So big year for Bryce. We'll see what comes into fruition. I like Ted McMillan. I think it'll take him a little bit of time. The Adam Thielen trade, while I'm happy with the 4th round pick that we got in return, really could be using him right now with Jalen Coker going down, who I think is a name that people that aren't around the Carolina Panthers or aren't watching the NFC South are going to know by the end of this year. With him going down, we really have a void there at the wide receiver 3, that slot position. Hunter Renfrow, who we did bring back, will jump into that right now, and I think he still does have some fuel in the tank, but was really excited for Jalen Coker, and then especially with Thielen being gone, I'm a little concerned there. Defense should be better. Just bringing back Derek Brown in itself would be one of the biggest free agent acquisitions of the entire offseason, so should be better there. Overall, I see a positive step forward. I'm thinking like 8 or 9 wins, which in this division should be more than enough to secure that number 2 spot. But still, and it pains me to say it, by far the number 1 team in the NFC South is the Tampa Bay Bucks. They've got too much firepower on offense. I'm a huge fan of Baker. Mike Evans is coming back. Chris Godwin will come back a little bit later on in the season. I love Emeka Egbuka. I think that was a great pickup. Running back room has some depth. Defense is pretty solid. A little bit of holes here and there. I don't think it's the best division or the best defense in the division, but should be more than serviceable. I think maybe an 11-win season is pretty reasonable for the Bucs. I could see them making a divisional round push, potentially, in a weak NFC. Could see them making the NFC Championship. I think there's better teams overall in the NFC, but with the firepower they have, I think the Bucs will still be good. Probably win the division another year. That'll be, I think they're 5th in a row, potentially they're 6th, but I just don't see anybody coming over the Bucs right now. So let me know what you think. It's widely considered the weakest division in football. I think it'll be better this year. The Saints are going to be the anomaly, but we will see. What are your thoughts? Did I get it right? I know a lot of people are going to say the Falcons over the Panthers, but I think Canales and Bryce do take a step forward.